Just being there is 99% of what matters when your whole world falls apart. Hi, my name is Julie, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I help parents and teachers find the next right book for their 8 to 12-year-old reader. If videos like these are helpful, you can click that subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on future videos. And if you like today's book, you can give it a thumbs up, and that way I know to find more books like this. Now, let's talk about today's book. Today's book is called Counting by 7's by Holly Goldberg Sloan, and this is the story of 12-year-old Willow. Now, she is a genius. She is obsessed with nature and she likes diagnosing medical conditions. She finds a lot of comfort in counting by 7's, and really the only people she's been able to connect with well are her adoptive parents. And then one day, tragically, both of them die in a car accident, and Willow has to figure out how to do life without them. And so this is a story of how Willow pushes through that grief and also her journey to find a surrogate family in the absence of her parents. This is an absolutely heartbreaking story, but it is filled with so much laughter and hope and light and love. And so I highly recommend it. Although I do suggest having a box of tissues handy when you read. Now, there are a few readers who I think are really going to like Willow's story. The first one is any kids who have experienced loss or change in kind of big ways and are trying to figure out how to navigate that. I think they're going to relate to a lot of Willow's feelings and emotions and will enjoy being able to connect with a character who's maybe going through something similar to them or something they have been through. I would also recommend this book to kids who just aren't sure where they belong. Willow struggles with figuring out where she fits in, who her family is, who her friends are, and where she belongs, what her community is. And I think those are feelings a lot of kids struggle with and deal with. And so I think they're going to relate as Willow wrestles with those questions and be asking those questions of themselves as they try to figure out and navigate where they belong. There's a great quote in the book that I think really speaks to this. It says, "If there's anything I've figured out in the last months, it's that you can find labels to organize living things, but you can't put people in any kind of group or order. Because it's difficult to put people in a group or order, it can sometimes be difficult to figure out where you belong," which segues right into, I think, the third kind of reader who I think will really like this book. And that's kids who like books about families, particularly those where the families come in all different shapes and sizes. Because as Willow discovers, it's difficult to label people and group them together, it can sometimes be difficult to predict what's going to make a family. And so I think kids maybe who are in unique family situations or just like reading books about that are going to like Willow's story and the surrogate family she builds after her family passes away. Now, because of the content of the story and just kind of the emotions that Willow's dealing with, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this book for young middle grade readers, so maybe 8 and 9-year-olds. Other than that, I think this book is fantastic. I also think adults will really enjoy it. I would even recommend this book to adults looking for a great book club read. So I would encourage you to pick up your copy of Counting by 7's, and happy reading!